Hi, this is David Brown, and I want to show you the steps and recommendations for teaching a hybrid class at Dalton State College. The first step is to review both the Instructional Technology LibGuide and the Instructional Technology site in Georgia View. The LibGuide is there at this URL. The Georgia View site is in Georgia View, and you have to self-register as these instructions show, and it's actually called the Inst Tech. And this has a lot of good information that we couldn't put on the LibGuide. That's why there's two places. And both sites have a lot of really good information for teaching hybrid. The next step is to attend a Georgia View workshop. We have lots of workshops. There's an introduction to Georgia View. There's also just a teaching hybrid at Dalton State using Georgia View. And pretty much any of those similar type of workshops would qualify. You can also just sign up for a one-on-one appointment to see me to go over what is involved with teaching hybrid. Step 3 is to begin working with a colleague who's actually taught hybrid before and ask to be in their hybrid courses they've done in the past. They can add you as instructor, and you can go in and look at their course, or you can copy their course. Of course, you have to have permission for that from them to be able to do that, but that can help you a lot because they may have already done this before, and that can be very helpful. The fourth step is to actually create the course, and this can be pretty time consuming. There's a lot of models for this. We'll go over those. But you begin this process with the syllabus. The syllabus is the roadmap for you, the instructor, and the students. In most cases, the modules in the content area of Georgia View are created for every week, or perhaps every unit, or even perhaps every day. It's up to you how you do that. Remember though, a syllabus and gradebook are mandatory for all classes. And typically your introductory modules would be the syllabus and general information, and the bulk of the class will be modules that include things like here, Unit 1, Unit 2, Unit 3. Of course, there's other areas in Georgia View besides content you can use too, such as discussions, assignments, quizzes, and grades. You can also title your modules by dates and set a unit number, such as January 24th, January 26th. And it's up to you what you put up there. In a hybrid class, you have a little more freedom than an online class. An online class, of course, everything needs to be up there. But in hybrid, of course, you see the students, and you can explain to them what you have up there on the days you see them. So there are a number of ways you can organize this. What I really recommend is using our hybrid course rubric, and that is on the LibGuide, and that has a list of a lot of things that should be on your course. And we go over that in the workshop if you come to that, but it's very in-depth. And this is based on Quality Matters. Quality Matters is a really nice site that I have more information about on the LibGuide, but we use that organization to make a rubric for hybrid courses. You have to have all course materials accessible. We have an accessibility LibGuide. Pat Horton has created, and Andrea Robertson's got a lot of information there. You can go to libguides.daltonstate.edu and look for the accessibility LibGuide. A lot of it's about section 508, and we can help you making your stuff accessible. The most common things are making sure your videos have captions, alt tags for images or descriptions of images, don't color code things, and make sure any documents like Word or PDF are accessible by doing the accessibility check. I have some general tips for designing a hybrid class. A successful hybrid class has a strong, you should have a strong teaching presence to make it successful. So your students know you're there and you're there for help. You also need to see what's going on. You should have a welcome to the course announcement. This is really crucial and online. It's important for hybrid too though, because the announcement is the first thing your students see. And in that announcement, you should have your contact information. You should give frequent and timely feedback. This has been shown to improve student performance and keep them on task if they know they're doing well. And if they're not, and give them suggestions on how to improve. Having positive, detailed feedback is good as well, so your students don't get discouraged. Hybrid classes, this is important. If you ever teach online, it's absolutely crucial because tone is really important in cases where your students don't see you. At least in a hybrid class, they see you once a week or so. You should also give frequent assessments. Now, this varies depending on the topic being taught, but in most cases, the research shows that the more frequent the assessments, the better the class performance. And you should have some kind of frequently asked question area. Some people do it in a discussion board, and they let students know they can ask questions there. Some people actually have a list of frequently asked questions, but it can save you a lot of time. And keep your gradebook updated. This is required actually, and this has been shown to improve student performance as well, where they can maintain their grade performance, where they know what grade they're getting, and that these grades are updated quickly. There are a lot of modules for converting face-to-face courses to hybrid, and a lot of you listening to this may be in this situation, and this whole PowerPoint applies for you, but there's more detailed information you can get in this model called CIA. Content, Interaction, and Assessment is what that stands for, and this link has a lot of really good information on models. We're going over some of those today, but it's more in depth, and it's a nice model. It's one of many models for converting face-to-face to hybrid. And some general information up here. Start with a simple design, focus on learning outcomes, access the course as a student, and you can do that on the announcement page. Switch to the student view and see if everything's clear. Anticipate any kind of troubles your students need, and just make sure everything works from the student view. Remember, not everything that worked in face-to-face will work in hybrid or online. For example, a discussion that you might have done face-to-face only, that particular discussion may not work in online or hybrid. However, you have a discussion board, a discussion area. So one example of that I gave here, maybe you could have them watch a video clip and discuss that in a threaded discussion. And the good advantage to hybrid is you can have both. You can have in-class discussions and online discussions. And many times students who don't do well in the on-class discussions do very well in the online format. So I like the idea of having both. We do have an instructional design wizard in GeorgiaView under your course admin. It's called Instructional Design Wizard, and it will go through a wizard process, and it will create your course for you. One thing people often do with this is go into a sandbox course and do this wizard and see how it turned out, and then if they like it, they copy it into their real course. When you're designing your courses, we have lots of interactive tools available for you. Blackboard Collaborate Ultra is free. It's in GeorgiaView, already there for you. That allows you to meet live with your students or to record meetings and let students watch them later. We have discussions we've talked about. You can use student response systems. Since you're hybrid, going to be doing hybrid, you'll see the students, and Kahoot is the most popular one on campus. A lot of people use iClickers too, and I have a separate session where I show you how to use each one of those. Probably the most popular tool is PowerPoint with VoiceOver, which is what you're experiencing now, and that is in your PowerPoint under slideshow, record slideshow. It will record your voice with a PowerPoint. Screencast-O-Matic is similar. It records anything on your monitor, and they can hear your voice and see a video of you as well. I can help you with either one of those tools. There are many other tools in GeorgiaView. We have workshops on them. Badges and certificates are, you can activate those in your course admin so that your students automatically get a badge or certificate when they do something in your course, like pass a quiz or perfect attendance. We also have a nice tool called Read Speaker that will read aloud anything in GeorgiaView, and it's really nice, not just for people with disabilities, but a lot of people prefer to have information read aloud to them, and it is in every GeorgiaView course. A lot of hybrid teachers want to video, and they want to have access to video video storage, we have a free video portal in your Office 365 email, and both students and instructors can use that for storage. If you're wanting to show a video, we highly recommend Films on Demand because it's integrated in Georgia View and students can watch that off campus. The library has video equipment for instructors if they want to video something. And if you want to edit your video, my favorite editor is Windows Movie Maker, but there's also Shotcut, iMovie if you have a Mac, and Windows 10 is about to release the Fall Creator Suite that will have a really nice free video editor with that. Every Georgia View course in every content module, and not just content modules, but in announcements and discussions, they all have audio available for you in video. For example, if you want to record yourself giving instructions, you can do that in announcements, in your assignments, just about anywhere. And I can help you with that. When you are designing your course, we encourage you to take advantage of your navigation bar menu items across the top. And those include content, where most class materials are located, the assignments area, where students can turn in assignments, specifically usually essays or papers. Quizzes, where of course you can take quizzes, and you have a variety of type of quizzes: multiple choice, fill in the blank, matching, true false, a mix of all the above. Discussions, where you can require typically a post and a reply for each discussion, is the most common assignment. The class list, where you can see your class students, and you can also unenroll and enroll students there. And the course admin is very important. That's where you have more advanced options. So we encourage you to get familiar with this, and you can add things up here or take things away. And we can show you how to do that. You can do a whole lot with quizzes when you're designing your hybrid course. I have a few videos for how to do a quiz in Georgia View, but there are all kinds of features. The most important ones, I think, in my opinion, are in assessment tabs and the restrictions tab, where you restrict how much time your students have to take a test, and then you also can, under assessment, can make the quiz automatically graded and automatically go to your grade book. It's important that you take this into consideration. If you're going to give a quiz through Georgia View, and the students can do this at home, you got to be concerned about cheating. And there are tools in these restrictions and assessment tabs that can prevent cheating. Intelligent agents are in your course admin, and when you're teaching online or hybrid, they're really nice. They can you can set it up where if your student doesn't log in for a while, or does poorly on a test, or does some kind of thing you're concerned about, the whole system is automated, so they would automatically get an email from you that says it came from you, but it's something you typed up beforehand. They're called intelligent agents. Please don't forget open resources. Some people call them OERs, and free stuff, quality stuff online that you can use for your course. AffordableLearningGeorgia.org has links to OpenStax and Merlot, and there are many other ones. And many faculty here have created open access sources, and it's really nice for hybrid courses, especially because it's free. We mentioned accessibility earlier. You need to have a fully accessible class. There's something that goes along with accessibility called universal design, and the universal design is the design of products and environments to be usable by all people to the greatest extent possible without the need for adaptation or specialized design. And when you design your course, you need to keep that in mind. Think about all learners, learning styles, all people with different disabilities. When you design your course, every video needs to have captions. Pictures need to have descriptions of what they are. And we can go over that with you in our accessibility workshops. Don't forget there are campus resources. You're teaching hybrid, so they're here on campus at least once a week. So the library has lots of good stuff, including a practice studio for speeches, and the testing center is a great place for proctored exams. If you ever decide to teach online, not just hybrid, completely online, I really recommend having at least one exam proctored. Don't be swayed by salespeople from companies. These companies A lot of them are good, but some of them are profit motivated, and someone may have already purchased your program you're looking into, and you might be able to get it from them, or we may be able to give you something better for free. So if you're thinking about using a third party, let us know and we'll work with you on that. Okay, that's step 4, designing the course. When you're finished with the course design, ask me, David Brown, and at least one colleague or mentor to check your course. Get some feedback from them, make the changes they recommend, and then you'll actually teach the course. That's step 6. Remember when you teach your course. We mentioned some of this earlier. Develop that strong teaching presence. Post that welcome to the course announcement and more announcements as the course goes along. Give frequent and timely feedback as you teach a course, and make sure that feedback is detailed and positive in tone. When you're teaching your course, you can monitor how things are going, of course, with the grades, but there's a better tool called the Class Progress tool in Course Admin. In the course admin area has this Class Progress tool, and it basically tells you your students, and I have the student names covered up, but it tells you which modules they visited, how many times they've logged in, and how their grades are going, all in one screen. So you can get a lot of good statistical data to see, hey, to prove, are they really doing what they should be doing? And you can even set up intelligent agents to notify them if they are not logging in as frequently as they should. The final step after your class is over is to assess your class and make improvements for next time. Evaluate your course. Look at your student evaluations. Look at the grades. Take notes as you go along on improvements. Make your improvements. And then next time when you teach the course again, you can copy that course. In Course Admin, there's an import, export, copy components. You can do copy, and you can copy the course and just change the dates. And so next time it'll be much easier. That's a little bit brief, a little bit of information about teaching hybrid. You're welcome to come to a workshop and ask me through email or call me if you have any questions. But thank you for attending this, and good luck with your hybrid course.